Executive decision. There's no no's today. Don't lie to me.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistake.
Well, Melania's movie launched. That's big news, right?
And we feel betrayed.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Uh-oh. Welcome everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. Early night, we got snow. Mariah's scared of the snow. She thinks I can't make it back home for some reason, for whatever reason. So I'm here earlier, and I guess ending earlier. I don't know. We're not supposed to get the brunt of the snow until like 7 in the morning or some shit. So right now, we got a couple inches of snow. I would show you. No, I'm not doing that. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird, Cold Beer Confessional. If you want to support the show, you can do that at the Just Quick Tools link. Just Quick Tools. Check that out. Leave a donation. Leave a message. I can read it live on air. And thank you. I appreciate you guys showing up. It's actually better that we're getting a snowstorm because I bought fucking snow gear for all the kids and Mariah and shit. Like, I didn't start Facebook. Like bibs and outdoor weather gear and shit for the ice storm, and then we didn't get shit. Like, we got a little bit of ice, but then it went away the next day. And it's just been brutally cold with no snow, which is horrible. So now we're getting slow, and maybe we can go play in it, I guess. Anyways, you're going to have to bear with me while I start the Facebook stream because no one reminded me. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Let's watch a video or something while I'm fucking with Facebook. Sometimes I think people aren't real. Like, we've got to be in some type of weird simulation. Like, these can't be real people. And their vote counts just as much as yours. So check this out. I saw this video while I was just scrolling. I thought, there's no way this is a real human. Right? Hold on. You watch it and then you tell me. The other thing is this could be a staged video, right? Technically, it could be. I don't know.
My God, this lady keeps driving by every second. She keeps driving by. This is the neighbor over here. She always gives me a hard time about. Look how slow. What is she? Here though. She literally lives right here. Every time I freaking do the snow blowing, she's always driving by. Okay, so she is coming back. Okay. She's coming back. Yeah?
Excuse me, sir. Didn't I tell you not to blow any snow in my yard? I asked.
There's like they got like a foot of snow. It's like a foot of snow. There's a snowstorm. And he's using a snowblower, and she says, don't blow snow in my yard. I told you that. Don't blow snow in my yard.
You not to do that.
Blow snow in the yard? It's a snowstorm.
I don't care. I asked you not to blow snow in my yard. Do it on the other side if you have.
You're talking about right here.
Right.
Yeah, but where else am I supposed to blow it?
I don't know. You're not blowing it in my yard.
No,
I'll tell you right now, I'm done.
What?
I'll call the cops.
Call the cops for snow?
Right. I will call the cops if you keep blowing snow on my yard.
Can you please leave me alone?
No, I'm taking your gas.
No, you're not taking my gas.
She's stealing his gas can. She's taking the gas can.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Don't do that.
I'm taking it.
What are you?
I'm taking it. You better not.
These people aren't real, right? Like, this is like some type of weird, like they set this up to get views or some shit, right?
Blow my yard.
Can I please have my gas can?
Oh my God, you gotta be shitting me right now.
Ma'am.
No. I'm calling the cops. Better not blow any snow in my yard.
And she just drives away off into the sunset.
Oh my God, this lady keeps driving by every second.
I don't know. Let's see if there's an update. Probably not. No, that's one of two videos. You think it's a setup? You think I'm falling for some clickbait or something?
She keeps driving by. This is the neighbor over here. She always give me a hard time about. Look how what is she?
It doesn't seem like acting. Most people are not very good actors, even though they think they are. So they come off immediately like they're acting. It doesn't seem like acting.
Here though. She literally lives right here.
Oh shit! You guys remember that security cam footage of like the guy that's like fucking shoveling his yard, and the neighbor comes over and kills him and his wife? That happened a few years ago. That was over Right Snow.
Every time I freaking do the snow blowing, she's always driving by. Okay, so she is coming back. Okay. She's coming back. Yeah?
Excuse me, sir. Didn't I tell you not to blow any snow in my yard? I asked you not to do that.
Blow snow in the yard? It's a snowstorm.
I don't care. I asked you not to blow snow in my...
So they were. Hold on. I thought people that have been here long enough know we analyzed this whole video, but if you haven't been here a while, it's like a big deal.
The defendant
Hold on. They had interactions before. They had a bunch of stuff. It is a house security cam footage. I'll find it in just a second. Yeah, hold on. I didn't know this was going to turn into this, but whatever.
Dummy mother. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Go ahead.
So they just went somewhere with a shovel, and they're yelling at each other. So there's a guy that lives here. He ends up being the murderer, I believe. And there's a man and woman that live here.
You know what? Come in, scummy mother. Step out here. I'll knock your ass out. You. I'll make your life live in hell. Live in your cat.
So they're both shoveling their driveways. And I think what was happening is he didn't want them shoveling the snow straight across the road and putting it in front of this wall. But they've had interactions before.
Fuck you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But it seems more like a fuck you kind of deal, and they'll be mad at each other, and then like in a week, they'll be like nodding at each other. It doesn't seem that serious to me. It gets serious.
What is going
quickly.
on at YouTube? Lamont at Large coming to you today.
Oh shit, I thought we were going to see more of the video.
Township, Pennsylvania. And that video that you just watched.
Hold on, we might have to go find the actual video.
Was the video of James and Lisa Goy being murdered by their neighbor, James Spade, for the crime of shoveling snow on his property. Now, let's go over it.
I know there's security cam footage of it. The point is finding it. I don't think that guy had all of it.
Oh my God, this
Or-
lady.
Oh, I've got the search over here. I'm an idiot.
Dummy mother. Jesus Christ.
you know?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know what?
Maybe this has more of it. That was just the start of it. It's all on CCTV.
True crime lovers, today I've got a story that's as chilling as a Pennsylvania winter and just as heavy. It's about a neighborhood feud that spiraled way out of control, ending in tragedy for everyone involved.
It was a double homicide
So
suicide.
let's set the scene. Plains Township, Pennsylvania, just outside Scranton. It's February 1st. 2021, and the area's been
I hate
hit
these
with a
fucking
massive
AI
snowstorm.
videos.
We're talking over 2 feet of snow blanketing the cars, the driveways, and, as you can probably imagine, everyone's nerves. Our story centers on 2 neighbors, James and Lisa Goy, a married couple in their late 40s, and across the street, James Spade, age 47. Now, these 3, not exactly best friends. Sources say the couple had a history of being rude and bullying Spade, the kind of low-level drama that can simmer for years. That morning, the Goys were outside, digging out their cars, and in the process, shoveling snow onto Spade's property. Not
Show the footage.
Words fly back and forth, loud,
Oh, there it
angry,
is.
and honestly pretty ugly. The argument just keeps escalating. James Goy at one point throws a tool. They're shouting, insults, threats, all of it caught on a neighbor's surveillance camera. But instead of cooling off, things get worse. Spade heads back inside. The Goys, still outside, continue yelling. And then Spade reappears, this time with a handgun.
There he is.
Even then, the shouting doesn't stop. What happens next is quick and irreversible. Shots are fired.
I don't know why I can't find the footage. Like the full footage exists. I don't understand.
Dummy mother.
We've watched it on this show before.
Me? Yeah. Go ahead.
You know what?
Come in, scummy mother. Step out here. I'll knock your ass out. You. I'll make your life live in hell. Live in here, cat. You're a Fuck you.
What was the name of the town? Plainsfield. Does he have more of the footage?
What is going on?
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm an idiot.
Lamont at Large coming to you today from
Watch him for a second while I keep
Plains
looking.
Township, Pennsylvania. And that video
Here's a news story on it.
watched in front of you.
No, this isn't news either. What is this? Plains Town Field or some shit?
You're watching When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong.
People were killed this morning in Plains Township.
In what police describe as a double murder suicide, and it was after an argument among neighbors over shoveling snow.
Just after 9 o'clock this morning, police were called to West Berg Street in Plains Township for a report of gunfire and someone lying in the street.
We are now aware that we have at least 2 victims, 3 bodies in total, which it's an apparent murder-suicide.
Plains Township Police Chief Dale Binker says he believes this followed an argument between neighbors over shoveling snow from the storm.
Yo, you too. What's going on? Try back again.
So I don't know why all these people are giving their opinion on it. I just want the video, dude. Snow shoveling murders. What is it? Interpersonal conflict. Oh, that's a lawyer, I think. It's buried under so many other shootings, it's hard to find. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Let's see if this is it. I don't want to show like the shooting part and fucking bleeding out and shit, but I would like to see at least where it escalates and he comes out with a gun and then it cuts out or some shit. One of my friends said to tell you this snow clearing stuff can really lead to serious issues, make people mad. Like in Minnesota? We don't get enough snow to worry about it, I guess.
And from the news reports, they said he turned the gun on this.
Everybody's using it as a thumbnail.
Video, you could go to WAC 100 page, but man, discretion is advised because it's very it's disturbing, man.
Oh, it's not available. Maybe they just taking it down everywhere.
Person like me who, man, I got a sweet relationship with my neighbors. You know, they help me out. He'll snow blow my sidewalk and my driveway for me if
their last name was Goy. Goy shooting GOI.
You know, I take his cans in for him on garbage day because I know he worked late, and you know I was always.
Anyways, there's a whole story of it. We watched it on one of these like true crime channels, I think. There's a back and forth. At one point, he kind of throws the shovel, not at the guy, like into his driveway. There's like a shovel thrown, like a snow shovel thrown. Guy goes in the house, yells from the house for a while. He comes back out with a pistol, and they're not taking no shit. I don't know if it's the first time a pistol's been pulled on them or not, but the woman's like, oh, you're going to fucking shoot us now? You're going to fucking shoot us? And while she's talking shit, he fucking kills her husband. Just boom, boom, boom. And then she starts screaming and tries to run away, and he just fucking walks up to her, and fucking when she falls, he just unloads into her back. And then he goes back in the house. You hear one more shot. I wasn't going to show like the blood and gore, but damn, I at least wanted the I was going to at least show the confrontation that leads up to it. Let's see what this one is. Sorry. I don't want somebody just talking
Footage
about
from
it.
2021 captures the final moments of married couple.
So that's when he goes inside.
Before they were shot dead by their neighbor, Jeffrey.
See him running?
After a heated argument. Jeffrey Spade and the Goys had a history of disagreements. However, it reached tipping point on February 1st, 2021, when the Goys shoveled snow from their parking spots and then moved it across the street before dumping
And the whole time they're kind of yelling, fuck you, back and forth.
it on Spade.
Oh, shit. These dollars were earned trekking through a foot snow, delivering packages. Being a delivery driver right now is when the lift breaks at the ski resort, except at the top, just another hill, and no skiing back down. Thank you very much for the donation. Games are for kids. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I've been seeing all these videos of like these crazy like ice storms and snowstorms, and not about delivery drivers, but that would suck. I always try to be super nice to my Amazon guy right now and UPS guy. But anyways, all these videos are like the most fucked up like snow apocalypse scenario. And people in the comments are like, that's what my parents walked through on the way to school and back and shit like that. It's pretty funny.
It's property.
Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
Soon afterward, Spade emerged from his home and asked the couple to stop.
There it is.
Instead, the conversation devolved into a heated altercation that involved Spade and the Goys verbally threatening each other, hurling multiple obscenities, and calling each other names. Spade went inside.
Oh, I think I finally found it. Hold on. A better video on it, at least. I didn't know. How long has it been since we covered this?
Plains Township, Pennsylvania, nestled under a thick...
God damn it. I don't want to sound... I don't want to sound too fucking based, but is this Russian bitch going to read it all to us?
Seemed like any other...
I don't know if I can handle that.
...neighborhood. But beneath the serene surface, tensions simmered. A feud that would soon erupt into a chilling tragedy. Sure to view a veteran service to the mundane streets of Plains Township. Spade was an enigma, a man with a decorated military past, an education in environmental engineering.
Let's see if they have the video in it. There's part of the video.
Main story, but his eyes smoldered. The fatal morning. On February 1, 2021, the snow fell relentlessly. The neighborhood lay...
There's more video here.
Shards. And then, in a chilling moment, Spade pulled a gun, a weapon forged in the crucible of their animosity.
I wanted you to see, he goes back in the house and yells for a while before he comes back out and starts fucking shooting.
Began after Spade asked them to stop. James threatened Jeffrey Spade, saying, if you stop...
So I kind of understand, like they're just going straight down and they're getting the neighborhood road. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer, thank you very much for the donation. Character looking at himself in the mirror saying, thanks for being you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. Hell yeah. I'm glad I went live tonight. I was going to just go fuck off or something. But I kind of understand their argument, right? They're going down their driveway. Snow melts, right? So when I lived in Iowa, I worked on the road and I lived in Iowa. One day in like fucking, I don't know, October, it snowed and it was just there until like fucking May. Like, I can understand if they were putting it in his driveway or they were putting it where he parks. But if they're just putting it right there, like here, I don't think I would say anything to anybody because they're also cleaning our neighborhood road. When they push their snow down their driveway and across the road.
Bone Oval just gifted 1 subs.
Is it that big of a deal? Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Is it that big of a deal? Like, I don't live in a big snow area. If you live somewhere up north, is it a big deal?
Step out here, I'll knock you out. James also stated.
He says, step out here, I'll knock you out. He made a bunch of threats about physical altercations, nothing with guns, just saying, I'll beat your ass, I'll do this. He did that over and over again.
Spade responded by calling him a derogatory term. At this point, Lisa chimed in, calling Spade a
When I worked for the railroad, this is a true story. I don't know where the fuck it comes from, but they told me it was like around Buffalo. When I worked for CSX Railroad, we would get snow trains. I guess like up in Buffalo and shit, I've never seen snow like this where I live, but I guess like up in Buffalo and shit, they get a shit ton of snow, right? And they pile it up as long as they can. Then they load it on coal trains, empty coal trains, and we would get it and bring it down. We would just get a train full of fucking snow. Every car would just be packed full of fucking dirty ass snow. And we would take it, you only run a short part on the railroad. So we would pick it up in Kentucky. It would come to my hometown of Irwin. We take it from Irwin to South Carolina and then switch off. But they would just take it down to Florida and just park the train for like a few days till it melted. And then the train would come back. I always thought it was fucked up because imagine all the salt and debris and shit that we're just fucking shipping down there. Because it's not clean snow once you've like fucking plowed it out of a parking lot, but whatever.
Derogatory term as well, and accusing him of not knowing how to talk to someone. James agreed with his wife's sentiments and continued to insult Spade. The argument escalated, with James making threatening gestures. Spade walked back into his house and returned moments later.
All right, so he like runs away from them almost like he's scared. I don't know why he's running, but he does run away.
Carrying a pistol around 9:31 a.m.
So here's where he comes back with a gun.
Lisa goaded him.
And it gets pretty bad then.
However, Spade followed Lisa's advice and shot both of them several times. Lisa ended up
So that was not the video. There she is laying, I think that's her.
being shot and continued to insult Spade. Spade shot her 2 more times.
Oh, yeah. While she's being fucking killed. Like, she's a trooper. Let's give her that. While she's being fucking murdered, she's like, fuck you, you piece of shit. And he's still standing over her shooting her.
James Goy yelled for someone to call the police, and Spade shot him 2 more times.
Dude. I joined Connor's stream at the absolute fucking worst time the other day. It was bad. And he's like, well, if you do that, then you're just going to get fucking shot. You have to expect it. And I'm like, God damn, dude. What did I jump in on?
Times as well. Spade then returned to his house and about 40 seconds later came back out with a rifle. He approached Lisa, saying she could have kept her mouth shut, and shot her.
So he shoots him with a pistol, and she's still cussing him. He goes back in and gets a rifle and comes back out and finishes her. And the whole time, he's like, you should have kept your mouth shut, you stupid bitch. And she's like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
2 more times. He then
we made him cry. Oh, shit.
Term that James had used earlier and shot him 2 more times. When the police arrived, they heard a single gunshot from Spade's house, indicating that he had taken his own life using a rifle. Moving on, this appears to be a situation where tempers on both sides were elevated, but one person went too far. Spade did not initially prepare to commit these homicides.
Then he goes inside and kills himself. So there you go. That's the snow shooting. If I ever reference that's the snow shooting that happened. I don't know how we got so far down this rabbit hole, but there you go. I don't think people are real, clearly. Here's the bad apple argument from the administration. This is a pretty good video, actually.
Need to get rid of it. That is a bad apple, and we should probably... That's a bad apple, and we need to get rid of it. That is a bad apple, and we should probably get rid of it. Actually, you're both wrong. That right there is a great orange, and we need to keep it. Oh, come on, man. No one's going to fall for that. That is clearly a bad apple. That is a great orange. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What? He said it's a great orange, and I'm inclined to believe him. Why would you believe him when you can look at it for yourself and see that it's a bad apple? Well, technically, it's red and yellow, and when you put those together, it does make orange.
Who was the guy that walked around a Trump thing? I don't know if it was like a rally or one of his campaign stops or whatever, and they told people they were giving out apple pie, and they're like, yeah, we made this apple pie with 13 amazingly fresh apples and 1 bad rotten piece of shit apple, but yeah, pieces are free. And they're like, no thanks. And he's like, you wouldn't eat a fucking apple pie just because we made it with 1 bad apple? Come on.
But he didn't say it was the color orange. He said it was a great orange, which implies the fruit. He didn't mean that. Did you mean that? I meant that. He meant that. Well, that doesn't mean anything. What do you mean? Well, he's still probably right. I mean, why else would he tell me it's a great orange? Because he's lying to you. There are 3 different camera angles showing you.
There are still people on Facebook that claim they've watched the video and claim that he drew his weapon on ICE agents.
That it is a bad apple. Yeah, but he's my friend, and he doesn't lie. First of all, he is not your friend. He thinks you're an idiot, and he's using you. And second of all, he lies all the time. No, he doesn't. Do you lie? Oh my God, it's like my favorite thing. He doesn't mean that. He's lying. You just defeated your own argument. Look, man, what you don't understand is that no matter what evidence you show me, I think that's a great orange because my buddy tells me it is. And that is what makes this country great. And what you don't understand is that no orange will make this country great. In fact, there is no great orange. It's just a lot of evidence of bad apples. And what historically makes this country great is getting rid of bad apples. The apple just shot somebody. Oh my God. No, it's okay. It's okay. He deserved it. Oh, okay. Apparently he deserved it. What is happening? That's a bad apple, and we need to get rid of it.
Well, apparently he deserved it. Apparently he deserved it. And then you guys know how much I like RDR2 and trolls at RDR2. This guy trolls them with a fucking hot air balloon.
Hey guys, anyone want to ride? Oh, my bad. Whoa. My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Fucking hitting people and
there's a lot of wind. I didn't mean to hit you. This thing is really hard to control. Hey, you want to ride? Come on in. Hell no. We're going for a ride. I can show you guys the whole world from up here. Look. That's crazy. Get up. Why are you guys on the ground? What's going on? We can't get up. Oh, okay. Now I'm on the ground too. Okay, I just died. No, not yet. A prayer? When they say prayer, that means they're gonna report me. Hey, that was fun. You gotta admit that was fun, wasn't it? That was fun.
Oh, I love chasing criminals. Oh yeah, here.
Yeah, I gave you guys something to do. You guys.
Dude, the fucking RDR is fucking awesome, but these fucking guys on the fucking role-playing servers take it way too goddamn serious.
You have been kicked. Please open a ticket. Okay. Oh, my game crashed. Hey guys, anyone?
Megacast trolls. Watch him just hit
Guys,
people.
Who wants a ride? Oh, my bad. My bad. Who wants a ride?
Nobody.
I can show you guys the world. I can show you guys the world in my hot air balloon.
Get out of here.
You guys don't want to ride?
No, we don't. Get out of here with that shit.
Why not?
I'm not gonna tell you can't get out of here. You've done running.
I got some Bert information.
accident,
We're
I'm
actually from now on we're calling Bert Bort, because I think Legend had a typo and called him Bort the other day. So now I'm just calling him Bort.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
What are you gonna do if I don't leave? Okay, all right. You don't need to pull the guns out, man. What is it with you guys and being so trigger happy, man?
He hits him while he leaves.
I gotta get out of here.
He's gonna run me over.
Here's me.
He's running over a motherfucker. Anyways, they take it way too serious. They even like make fucking groups, and like they found a server the other day that had an actual like online clan rally, because there's clan in the game and you can just fuck with them. But because that's a character asset and because they got the outfits and shit, they have online clan rallies and the fucking I don't know. It's fucked up. Anyways, we got to check out some Bort news. So you guys remember Snazzy Granny? Snazzy Granny got banned by Bort, okay? And he made a big deal about it. And the reason she was banned is because Bort was trying to say that I was a piece of shit because we currently live at a fucking campground in a camper, right? And because my kids are raised there, that makes me some type of piece of shit. And all Snazzy Granny said was, like, I have friends that live in a camper. They fucking love it. Right? That was it. I have friends that live in a camper. They fucking love it. And he's like, I can't believe you take up. Well, we got the messages leaks. Now, Bert pretends to be mad. Bert pretends like he's been undermined. Bert pretends like there's no way that this can ever fucking work again. But he says, if you're really a supporter, what would Bert say? If you're a real supporter, if you want to be unbanned, if you're a real supporter, you should. What do you think? Bitch better have my money. That's exactly right. So here we go with the screenshots. They actually did not send these to me. They sent on to Burt Lynch Truth. They've never spoken to me as far as I know. Snazzy Granny says, still trying to figure out why I got muted or deleted or whatever. You did to me last night on your live. This is Gail, a.k.a. Snazzy Granny. All I was doing was talking about my brother and his wife. They live in a camper. I have no idea why I got muted for that. I'm not part of the hate group or the haters or whatever you talk about. I don't have time for that nonsense, but it's whatever. I'm sorry that you were stressed out last night. And if I said anything to stress you out further, then I apologize. So they're genuinely like, hey, I don't know. That's my friends in this group. Like, I don't know why I got banned. I went over to that guy's page, me, that you mentioned, and he mentioned my name. I have no idea who he is. I've only heard of him through you. Why would he mention my name? I think he's just trying to get you all riled up for some reason. He's a jerk and has a filthy mouth. You wouldn't believe how filthy this mouth is. Then we get kind of a cutoff text. It says, really weird. With all of the hate emails I get and phone messages and texts, I'm no longer allowing anyone any second chances. If you don't know how to ask questions without being obnoxious about it, I'd rather you not be in my room, just being honest. So they sent a crying emote and said, I did not realize I was being so obnoxious. I don't know what to say. By the way, these are literally grandmas, like old ladies. His entire audience is a bunch of old ladies that he's mean to and begs for money. You always ask inappropriate questions that have always been annoying, and I've cut you slack every time. I'm trying to explain what a piece of garbage he is, me, and you stuck up for him, and that inspired the others in the room to stick up for him. So you helped me discover who those people really were with all the hate emails I get. So that was the rest of that message. So with all the hate mails I get, I get phone messages and tags. I'm no longer allowing anyone second chances. So that was the rest of that message. I meant to say I went over to his Rumble. I don't have Facebook, but he has a Rumble page, but not many people watch him apparently. Well, you know why. Well, good night. I'm at my daughter's and son-in-law's house in Knoxville. I was afraid to stay in Columbia. We were supposed to get ice there. I still pray for you, no matter. God bless. God bless. Come join us, Snazzy Granny. It is more fun over here. Bring your dancing shoes. Listen, I'm still frustrated with you, and it's 12:30 in the morning. I worked all day and did a show tonight. He only uses Rumble as a place to store his shows. That's where I watch it, too. Yeah, we know. But all the people in his chat are watching his show on a platform called Twitch and also on Facebook and also on some other platform as well. And he has a few thousand people watching him every night. I have told you and everybody else in my room over and over again that he watches my show and makes comments about my show all the time. That woman who invested money in my show and then quit being a part of my show when I wouldn't do QAnon went to him and shared with him years of text messages between me and them, our contracts between myself and my business partner, and they all created a Facebook page together that bash me and go over and hit the thumbs down in the beginning of every show every night. When you defended the fact that he lives in a camper, what? Bort. She was just giving you an honest. She said, I know people that live in a camper and they love it. My kids love it. My wife loves it. Well, we all loved it a lot more before Hurricane Helene destroyed everything. Now we're the only people there, and I don't want to leave because we're rebuilding. That'd be a shitty move, right? Bert, would you call me a piece of shit if Hurricane Helene hit, destroyed the campground that I'm the maintenance guy at, and then I was just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Fuck the owner. The 70-year-old woman who owns the campground. She can figure it out on her own. Or you think I should stay there, dumbass? When you defended the fact that he lives in a camper, when I was trying to make the point that if he didn't spend so much money on an office where he has his studio, my office is supported by the donations. Did you miss the donations we got earlier? Thank you for those donations, by the way. He could live in a house and bring his kids up in a house and not in a pool behind your car camper. And you jumped right, it's actually a fifth wheel. And you jumped right in and questioned as to whether or not that was even remotely bad for children. Is campers bad for children? Are campers bad for children? And you inspired multiple people to agree with you and criticize me for bringing up the fact. You hurt his feelings. You hurt his ego. Bringing up the fact that he was over in the other room live monitoring my show and making comments about me and the people who are in my chat room. He screws with not only the host, but any follower of the host. And had you made a comment like, this guy's a piece of garbage and he should leave you and us alone, you defended him. You ruined my nights, ruined my show. How dramatic is this dumb motherfucker, dude? Bort. You ruined my night, you ruined my show, you ruined my life. You ruined my night, you ruined my show, and I ended up taking several days off just to stop being angry about it. So this is why Bort wasn't live for 3 days. All because someone said, I have a family member who lives in a camper full time and they love it. Dude, I worked on the road. Like, I've always had my family, and up until this point where we're living in a camper right now, I'm not going to lie and say we're not. We're living in a fifth wheel. It's, it's got bedrooms on each end, kitchen in the middle, 2 bathrooms. It's nice. I mean, it's probably the biggest camper I've ever lived in. But when I was on the road, I fucking stayed in like way, way, way worse spots by myself. When I was in the Army, we were lucky to even have anything over our heads. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You ruined my night, ruined my show, and I ended up taking several days off just to stop being angry about it. That's where Bort's been. Bort had to take several days off because this woman said, I know people who live full-time in a camper and they love it. Especially with housing prices right now. They're saying, so I don't want to give away all my trade secrets, but I know a group of investors that are looking into buying micro campgrounds. So between 3 to maybe 5, 7, maybe even 10 camping spots or a piece of land that you could put 3 to 7 and getting, people own their camper. You don't own the campers. You just own the spot. They bring their own home and you charge them $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 a month to live there long term. They pay their own utilities. Why would you not invest in that instead of a single family home? It's almost like having, depending on how high your rent is, it's almost like having, let's say you have 10 camper spots. That's like owning 5 single family homes for the rent you get. Let's say $500 a month is what they charge at the campground where I live at. It's not what I pay, but it's what they charge, or $550 is what they charge a month to live there. You pay your own utilities. I think water's included. You pay the rest of your own utilities. That's $1,000 between 2 of them. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, if I had an acre of land and put 10 camping spots on it, that's like the rent from 5 single-family homes. and you don't do maintenance, right? I mean, you do on like the water spigot and that's what I do. The water spigot, the electrical, the utilities on your side, but it's not like you've got to fix their roof or fix their water heater when it goes out or, you know, like, damn, it's probably a good investment, to be honest with you. Then it says, ruined my day. I had to take days off for it. Do you want to make, so then radio silence, right? Radio silence. I had to take several days off to be angry. So then what does Bert follow up with? Do you want to make up? Send me a donation and show me you're for real. I don't believe you. Now, again, how do we know that there was radio silence? Because this is January 27th. The very next day, January 28th, so for hours, he didn't say anything to her. Then he's like, oh, you really want to prove you're my friend? Send me some money. This guy, I know there's new people here. This guy argued with an older widow who was telling him she didn't have money for groceries. And he said, you're lying to me. You would get food stamps. That means you're keeping money from me. Can you not at least donate $20? This lady was saying, I don't know how I'm going to feed myself, much less pay my electric bill. And he's in her text messages saying, send me $20. He's a real piece of shit, right? We've already went over those messages. Bort says, do you want to make up? Send me a donation. Show me you're for real. I don't believe you. Snazzy Granny says, well, I sent you a $40 donation back in November. Some people don't even send you $10 a month. If I was subscribed to a locals channel or something else, it would cost $10 a month or less. That's $40 should be November, December, January, and February. So maybe I'll send you something else in March. But if you don't want to unmute me, that's fine. I have many other podcasts that I can get the news from, but I still did not bring up that guy's kids, and I definitely was not taking up for him. He sounds like a real winner. Thumbs down. That's me again, by the way. Are you the one that sent me something in the mail? I don't trust you anymore. Make a donation through Zelly tonight to show me, Zelly me, to show me that you really care. Otherwise, get lost. Sorry, not sorry. What? I don't have Zelle. I don't have any kind of cash apps. I sent you a cash donation of $40, but no worries, it's all good. Figure out how to get in the 21st century and let me know. Otherwise, I don't trust you. He's talking to someone's grandma who pays his bills through donations. And he's like, figure out how to get in the 21st century or get lost. Damn, Bort. My only daughter just had her second child, and I'm at her house pulling third shift, so she can get some sleep. Good night. God bless. I'm going to try to get some rest as well. Will you please just leave me alone? Stop texting me. Okay, I'm out. I freaking hope so. Wow. Do you know what time it is here? Do you know how often I have to deal with your crap? I don't want to hear it anymore. Stop. Go away. Bye-bye. God bless. This is a almost 70-year-old man berating a grandmother. These are real messages sent back and forth between Bort and the woman who was in his chat after he kicked her out. She was called obnoxious for asking questions, but a donation, that could fix things. Screenshot shared with permission. Decide for yourself. Good job, Bort. There was also another video where he's, listen to this fucking lie. I don't know if this is it or not, but there's a video here with him lying in it. This is Bort, by the way.
Sure. I think maybe Monday might be the first. I'm not sure. I believe it is. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out, for watching the show tonight. And I don't know why it is that I have a difficult time getting folks to hit the follow button.
I wonder why.
Follow.
25 thumbs up and 43 thumbs down.
The first is that I have a difficult time getting folks to hit the follow button. It costs you nothing to follow. Hit the thumbs up and hit that bell so that you can get alerts.
Yeah.
And also subscribe. If you subscribe to the show, it makes us a little money every month. And so I appreciate it.
All you pieces of shit feeding yourself instead of sending money to Bort. What a fucking shitbag.
Let me hit refresh and see where we are with the thumbs up. So they've got a little bit more. The haters have put more thumbs down than you guys did thumbs up. Which is, And what they do is they create multiple accounts, and they log in and
Are you guys making multiple board accounts?
and thumbs down multiple times. I've seen them talk about it in the other chat rooms. I have 5 accounts, and I make sure I give him 5 thumbs down every day.
That's a Michaela Robertson.
It's okay. For those of you that hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. I really do. And hit the follow button, like I say every night before we go. It is
All right, that's not the story. I'm looking for the story where he lies about. Listen to this bullshit story where he changes it, and just wait. Bort Lynch has solicited money from me privately through late-night calls and messages, including demands for immediate payment via Zelle. When I did not send money right away, the communications became hostile and threatening. This conduct is not comparable to voluntary public podcast fundraising. Of course it's not. All right, I think this is a lie. Hold on. So full of it. Let's see. I think this is it. Listen to how made up this story is. He even changes details mid-story. He's like, one of our customers got, an instructor got shot. Listen, I call BS on Bort.
That's how it works. Now, when I moved to Las Vegas, I went to go get my concealed carry.
Okay, so he went to a concealed carry class, okay? That's believable, but that's not good enough for Bort. So what's next? Actually, they wanted me to teach the class.
And when they showed me how many places in Las Vegas, even with a concealed carry, that you are in violation if you carry it. No casinos, nowhere where there's any gambling at all, can you walk in there with a weapon. None.
Listen.
Obviously in no federal buildings, which includes banks.
You think banks are federal buildings? You can't carry in banks, obviously, right? Bank robberies. But banks aren't federal buildings.
No federal buildings, which includes banks, which that existed back in Georgia. But I was also local there.
Listen.
Yeah, I was considered local there, and the cops all knew me because my bar was a cop bar.
Okay.
So I carried my gun into the bank, and the cops knew it.
He carried his gun to the bank, and the cops knew it.
And they didn't say a word about it.
Got it.
They could have. And once my whole divorce situation got worse and worse and worse, and some of the cops started siding with my wife instead of with me because
the cops are trying to steal his wife.
You know, she was a pretty woman and about to be single, and everyone soon at least get half of what I owned.
Okay.
So when I got to Vegas, I'm not a local. Nobody knows me.
Right.
And I am not going to get my ass arrested for carrying in the wrong spot. So I just quit carrying. Plus
all of his guns are in pawn shops. He pawned it all to pay rent.
There's a lot of cops in this town.
Okay.
Metro is badass. And if you need a cop in this town, you can find one pretty damn quick. And they respond. 911 calls, they're there. I still have weapons, but I don't carry them. I keep them in my car. I keep them in my house.
He doesn't have a car or a house. So those are both lies, right? He's leasing this apartment, and his car, he hasn't had a car in months.
And if I do need one, I've got this old saying. If I cut my way to my car, I'll shoot you in the ass. Because I've always got my pocket knife on me.
Yeah, bring a knife to a gunfight. Sounds great.
But this guy...
It's the very next clip. When he's advertising a business, it's in order there. Commentary on this clip includes calling a woman with nose rings libtard idiots, equating body piercings with intelligence. I watched the news. Where's the clip at? Sorry, it's here somewhere. Calling them obsessed. That was about Legend versus Bort. Oh, here it is. So he's talking about the Alex Preddy shooting.
You're required to take an 8-hour class.
Now, he took the class, but that's not good enough.
He's right. And he's taken 3 classes.
What he's thinking of a lie right now. Someone in his chat said they've taken 3 concealed carry classes. Bort is a one-upper. Bort is a one-upper. Someone in his chat said, I've taken 3 concealed carry classes. So now what does Bort have to do? Bort has to say, Well, they wanted me to teach the class. Watch, you can see it in his eyes. He looks down. He's thinking of a lie. How can I one-up this guy in chat?
Classes.
Watch. Think.
At one
here we
point,
go.
I was considering teaching the class.
So you never thought to bring this up. You've already talked about the class before. You never thought about bringing up the point that you were going to be the class instructor until someone said they took 3 concealed carry classes. Thank God someone didn't say, well, I trained with law enforcement. Bort would be the head of the FBI already. Cash Patel's goofy-looking ass.
At one point, I was considering teaching the class.
Now we're going to see another lie. He's going to say, that's the shooting range I used to go to until I left over safety reasons. I was there when an instructor got shot. It's always a one-up situation. Here we go.
I was considering teaching the class, but I ended up leaving that gun range over safety issues. Actually. I was there when one of our clients got shot.
One of our clients got shot. He's one-upping himself, dude. I don't even think he does it subconsciously. He's like, I left that gun range because I couldn't afford it, because I'm broke, because I lost my house, because I'm living in my fucking car. Instead, it's over safety reasons, because I'm the safety guy. And I was there when one of our clients got shot. No, not a client. One of our instructors got shot.
Got shot. Well, actually, one of our instructors got shot by one of our clients.
Oh, instructor got shot by client. Right there.
So, that's why you require to take an 8-hour class.
Fucking loser, dude. And here's him trying to justify what he does with Alex Jones. Hold on. He's just the same as Alex Jones, guys. He doesn't know that septum piercing theory is already a thing, so he thinks he invented that. Libtards with nose rings.
Really? So, yeah, there's Alex promoting his website, because that's how he makes his living. I wonder how many emails he gets telling him what a piece of crap he is for begging his audience. Really? So, yeah, there's Alex promoting his.
That's what Alex Jones does, guys. Alex Jones does the same thing.
What is with the nose ring, everybody? That's just like a complete, total giveaway. A complete, total giveaway. That they're going to be a libtard idiot. Because only a libtard idiot.
That's exactly who this guy is, right? It's always bigger. It's always better. It's always more. You could never have done this. I did more. He was recruited to be in the fucking Army choir, like out of high school. It's so stupid.
You know, the spacers they put in their ears, make their ear, create the big holes in their ears, I think. They're not called spacers. I think they're called gauging or something like that. I don't know. When I see that, I usually kind of go, So that's another one. It's because, even when they start small, they start getting bigger and bigger. That mutilization of your body, I don't understand it. Of course, I won't even do a tattoo.
Oh, God. Who would?
I mean, I'm just...
Who would? My body is my temple, guys. Who would do a fucking tattoo? Jesus Christ. A shrine unto the Lord. What's up, Grassroots? Weld QC.
Like women. You can't meet a girl under the age of 40 hardly.
Bro, you're almost 70. What the fuck are you doing? You're looking for women under 40?
I mean, I'm just...
Bort.
Nope. Don't like them. I don't like them on women. You can't meet a girl under the age of 40 hardly that isn't got tattoos all over.
I really regret my boner garage tattoo, but that's the only one.
And if you're somebody who doesn't want to date women your own age, you're not going to date if you don't want to date a tattooed lady. And I don't.
He don't. All the tattooed women just fucking want to get with him so badly, and he's like, no, thank you. My body's also, he's celibate. He promised God that if the state of Nevada paid for all of his cancer treatments and his cancer went into remission, which they did, that he would never have sex again. He said God wanted him to be celibate to survive cancer. Neck cancer.
I had a girlfriend that had some tattoos when I met her, and I never liked them. And I always thought, one of these days I'm going to be able to afford to offer to remove those tattoos for her.
Now he's harassing. One of these days I'm going to be able to afford tattoo removal for you, beautiful. Now I'm begging grandmas to go without food to send me money.
What is with the nose ring, everybody?
That's Bort, everybody. Say goodbye to Bort. We're done with Bort. Now, I will tell you this. I have discovered an actual conspiracy. I know I don't like to throw this word around lightly. I have discovered an actual conspiracy. 100% there are forces in power that are conspiring against one individual. And you're going to say, Will, who are they conspiring against? Country, rap, music, legend, Ryan Upchurch. That's who they're conspiring against. How are they conspiring against country, rap, music, legend, Ryan Upchurch? By manipulating business days. When they say, I'll get back to you within 48 hours, why the fuck are they not counting Saturday and Sunday? Are those not hours? Are we discriminating against the weekend? My body isn't a temple. It's a subway, and the graffiti on it is great. That's right. I like tattoos. Thank you very much, Grassroots. Let's see Ryan's latest conspiracy. The bank's against him. Count the hours on the weekends, and don't try that shit with my boy Ryan Upchurch.
I just looked up the address to y'all's place in Nashville, and there's no way in hell I would ever pull in there. It's directly next door to Sony,
So he's claiming he never opened a bank account with Citibank because it's a building beside Sony Music, and he would never be there.
Okay. So it's City National Bank?
Oh, I need to move that.
Yes. And I actually already had called y'all.
Listen, I already called y'all.
And talked to somebody, and they said that they were going to call me back, and I never got a call back.
Got it. Did you leave your contact information for them? Because usually a callback is between 24 to 48 hours.
So he called and left his information. They say, yeah, well, 24 to 48 hours later, we'll call you back. Listen, we haven't got the conspiracy yet.
Yeah, they have it. They have my number and stuff.
Okay, so I would say give it till Monday. If you don't receive a call back from us, call us back.
So she says, hey, give it till Monday. And if you haven't received a call, call us back again. Monday? Monday.
Call back from us, call us back.
More than 48 hours?
So more than 4, that's what you're saying? You want me to wait longer than 24 to 48 hours? That's what you're telling me? Yeah, it's actually spelled K-E-D-E-K, Don Kedick. Don Kedick. I have that account on a couple platforms.
Well, we don't count the weekend because we're closed.
He says, more than 48? Well, we don't count the weekends because we're closed. Oh, really?
Receive a call back from us, call us back.
More than 48 hours?
Well, we don't count the weekend because we're closed.
Got him.
What's today, weekend? What is today, Friday? Yeah, it's been 48 hours.
No, I'm just going to say, yeah. Since today's Friday and I don't want to wait till Monday, I'm just going to say, yeah, it's been 48 hours. Sure. Yeah, of course it has. Well, sir, we don't count the weekend because we're closed.
Okay, I will say still give us till Monday. If you don't hear back from us on Monday, call us back.
You really shouldn't.
Jesus fucking Christ. Ryan Upchurch, everybody. Ryan Upchurch, figuring out the conspiracies around him. He hasn't made any other, it's just his stories. These are all the videos we already watched where everybody's working with the police and with his lawyer and with he's freaking them out because he's busting them and they'll never get, they'll never stop him because he's the greatest. And this is that, this is the post he just linked.
Far right.
Trump issues a chilling warning. Damn it, stop it. Stop muting.
The far right.
Damn it, hold on.
Say it.
He doesn't want to say it.
The far right in our country doesn't exist yet. The far left, the Looney Tune Brigade, however, is quite, really shouldn't say it, but I think I've got to say it. The far right in our country doesn't exist.
The far right in our country doesn't exist. Bor ignored your donation? My goodness, that can't be good. The far right in our country doesn't exist.
I think I've got to say it. The far right in our country doesn't exist yet. The far left, the Looney Tune Brigade, however, is quite real. Real as real gets, as serious as cancer. Cancer, not good. But people...
I would jump on my kids if they spoke like this. Cancer, not good. Very, very not good. You know cancer. We all know cancer, not a good one. Some people would say bad cancer.
However, is quite real. Real as real gets, as serious as cancer. Cancer, not good. But
not good.
People forget that I'm a moderate. Charlie was a moderate as well. But the psycho left has been poking a sleeping bear with sticks, calling the bear names, stealing the bear's wallet.
Okay, I think this is AI. I think this part's AI.
But people forget that I'm a moderate. Charlie was a moderate as well. But the psycho left has been poking a
this is definitely
bear
AI.
with sticks, calling...
I don't think it's all AI. I think it's a portion of a video and a portion of AI.
The bear names, stealing the bear's wallet, and have actually begun shooting the bear. But this isn't an ordinary bear, folks. No. No, it's not. This, of course, is what scholars refer to as a metaphor.
Oh, yeah. Definitely AI. You think Trump knows the word metaphor? I think it's an old-fashioned word. I think I'm bringing it back. Metaphor. Meta who? Meta what? Metaphor.
So, if I were a miserable lefty who hated my dad and thought John Oliver was a real looker, I'd pause here and ask myself, do I want to keep poking this bear? Or
good share, Ron.
My face to be ripped off in a horrific bear accident.
Good share, Ron. No one knows it's AI. Everybody's just fucking cheering it on. Thank God for Donald J. Trump. I love it. I wish Australia had Trump as a leader. We so need him now. Love it. Wish we had a warrior here. Is this AI? He's right. Fucking losers. Where we at? We did Bortz. We did Bad Apples. All right, let's go to the clips. Clips time. This is CNN, I've had my issues with, did a really good breakdown of the two officers that fired shots in the Alex Preddy shooting, where they were at, what they were doing, how they're located, when we see them throughout the day. That's this breakdown here. It's actually pretty good.
I should note what we're hearing from the White House, and as we're waiting to see what this actually looks like in terms of actions on the ground, there is a new CNN visual investigations tonight. Our team has an eye-opening new analysis focused on the movements of these two officers who shot Alex Preddy on Saturday.
I can't believe the first guy that shot him in the fucking back was the guy with the absolute best view. In fact, not only does he have the best view of the guy taking the Alex's weapon away, he shoves him out of the way after he pushes him away. This is insane.
Before, during, and after they opened fire. Both have now been placed on administrative leave. That just happened yesterday, as we know. And my colleague, Gianna Tabone.
The deep state. The deep state did the silver. That's 100%. They still have some control, guys, the deep state.
Takes us through it moment by moment, and I want to warn you, the video you're going to see does shed new light. You do need to watch it. It is interesting. It is.
Wasn't it all based on Trump's fucking Fed announcement or whatever?
Also disturbing.
This CNN analysis focuses on the two officers that raised their guns, seen here. One wearing a green shirt and black hat, and the other...
You guys want me to zoom in? Sorry, I forget about it sometimes, but yeah, we can zoom in some. All right, so we're talking about this guy here who fires the first shot directly into his back, and we're talking about this guy here. So we're going to call them green and tan because this guy's got a tan hat on. So green, they both have green on. This guy's wearing green, and this guy's got a tan toboggan.
In a tan beanie, and sheds light on how their actions escalated the situation
right here
before it became.
By the way, the video or the screen grab they're trying to show you where it looks like he's got a gun in his hand, and the famous picture where he's like torqued up like this, and they're shooting him in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like the screen grab from there. That's after they've already shot him. That's like multiple shots into him. That's why he's fucking torqued up like that.
Deadly. At 8:56 a.m., we see this officer in the green shirt.
That's green shirt guy.
First time in this video.
He's a little torta. Look at that. Damn. He's a little chunker, ain't he?
Later, you'll see he's wearing a bulletproof vest labeled U.S. Border Patrol, along with a patch of the state flag of Texas. Here he is on Nicollet Avenue.
By the way, both these officers have now been placed on administrative leave. I think we're going to get something out of this. They were moved out of Minnesota and put on administrative duty, which means they go to pushing papers. Now, both these two officers are both on administrative leave. They are not at work. It's a paid vacation, but anytime there's a shooting like this, I don't care if it's the cleanest shoot ever. Perfect shoot. Guy was shooting at you, missed, and you happened to quick draw and kill him or just wound him. You shot the gun out of his hand. It doesn't fucking matter. You should be off duty, especially when you take somebody's life.
You can see him shaking his spray as the sound of whistles blare in the back.
So he's literally just it's almost like he's taunting. There's no protesters around him. The protesters are down the street recording. He pulls out his pepper spray and shakes it to where they can see it.
Background. We see Alex Preddy for the first time here in a video filmed from a car driving by. Preddy.
So this is the video we get where the agent's kind of shoving him back to the sidewalk. Okay. These are the two guys driving by in a car. This is way before the shooting. This is also where they get the clip and they AI a gun into his hand. That's in this clip. This is minutes before the shooting, though.
3 other people are across the street. They're
right there,
standing next to a federal officer. Seconds later, an officer pushes Preddy to the sidewalk.
Right here. That's the AI where they're putting a gun in his hand using AI.
Preddy is filming while stepping backwards. A moment later, this person falls to the ground as an officer begins to restrain him. The officer in the green shirt rushes over to assist
All right, so that's green shirt back. Green shirt, black toboggan.
him. Together, they drag this person off the street as protesters yell at the agents. That first officer in the green shirt.
There is no fucking way that anybody should be able to get away with you're interfering or impeding or whatever if I have to go to across the street to engage with you. They were mad that they told them to get out of the road and they didn't. They're not the fucking road monitors, but still.
Would next be seen sitting inside his car here.
He's in the car.
Turn your attention to the second officer wearing
tan beanie. That's this guy here.
A tan beanie. According to a report from Customs and Border Protection's investigative body, officers ordered these female civilians and later Preddy to move out of the roadway. And
so the only order they gave him was to get out of the road. By the way, their apprehension is over. Multiple agents are already in their car ready to leave or doing paperwork on their laptop. They could have just left. They're not still trying to find a suspect. They're not still trying to make an arrest. They're not doing anything. They're just hanging. They've already made the arrest. Maybe they're doing paperwork. But they were already loaded up to leave before they escalated all this.
Did not. At that time, Preddy can be seen directing traffic past the officers and protesters. The officer in the tan beanie shoves...
I don't think so. I don't think you'd win that in court. Can an officer arrest you and claim all kinds of stuff? Sure. I don't think... We've had rulings on First Amendment on the First Amendment rights versus loud noises or obnoxious noises or whatever. And it seems like the First Amendment holds true. Can you be cited for shit like a breach of the peace and stuff? Yeah. None of that's on the federal level. I don't think so. I even heard an argument like, let's say there's going to be a drug bust and you're like the whistle guy that whistles when the cops show up to do a drug bust and the drug dealers get away or some shit. There's a long road to prove there. Like, you're working with them, you knew the drug bust was coming, that's your post. Like, there's still so much to prove there over just making noise. How incidental can it be that you make noise? Because then you could get into the area of, well, this guy was in the area. How do we know he didn't tip him off? He could have yelled, he could have jumped, he could have waved his hand, he could have done anything. Maybe it's a secret signal when he blinks with both eyes or some shit. You know what I mean?
The two women in the middle of the street, prompting Preddy to yell out.
Hey, do not push them into the traffic!
So he's mad because they shoved those women and there are cars coming by. As if they were pushing them into traffic.
Watching the shoving across the street, the officer in the green shirt is now standing outside of his...
All right, green shirt was in his car and ready to leave. He was buckled up, right? He was ready to check the fuck out. Now he gets out of his car.
Meanwhile, the officer in the tan beanie turns his attention to Preddy, pushing him out of the way before shoving one of the women to the ground. Preddy steps between them, and the officer pepper sprays him in the face. As Preddy tries to help the woman to her feet, multiple officers...
This is just insane. How much fucking pepper spray they coat on him just for saying, hey, don't shove. Like, come on. We don't need to be violent here.
Officers grab him and pull him to the ground. At this point...
So Tan Beanie is the one that does all the dragging, the pulling, the pepper spraying to the side of the face. He does more. Just wait.
The officer wearing the green shirt and black hat approaches.
Green shirt's over here.
You can see him...
He tries to pepper spray the women. Green shirt comes over and tries to pepper spray the woman now helping this woman up off the ground. Fucking psychos, right? Like, this woman wasn't even involved. She didn't walk over till they already drug him away. She's just trying to pick up that lady. He tries to pepper spray her. I didn't see this when I was watching the video. It doesn't work. It malfunctions. Watch.
And then attempt to use it on the people pushed against the car. It appears to malfunction. As we...
They might have honestly shot more people. Right? Imagine that they pepper sprayed her and now she's on the ground kind of in the same area. And the exact same situation comes out. They don't know who shot. They don't know who fired. It was them, right? They fired the first shot and thought someone else fired it. There could have been more people dead if his pepper spray would have worked right there.
Slow this footage down. You can see that he then turns toward Preddy, who is being held down by other agents.
So he turns around knowing he can't pepper spray them. He lets this lady drag that lady off.
According to CBP, they were attempting to take Preddy into custody and that he resisted. Based on these videos, Preddy can be seen on the ground with more than 5 officers around him.
I think if you don't think that it's a training issue, that 5 or 7, there's 7 there total, 5 on top of him, that 5 fucking agents couldn't fucking detain him before the gun even became an issue, that's wild.
Exact moment, on the other side of the scrum, the officer in the tan beanie starts beating Preddy in the head with a metal spray can.
I think that's a lot to prove, right? I think that's I'm not saying you couldn't be caught up in, I'm sure there's been people being busted for being lookouts before. I'm saying that's a lot to prove. Like, if I'm standing on the side of the street and blowing a whistle, they have to prove that I somehow knew what was happening, that I knew I was going down, that I was doing this with the intent to warn, that warning actually helped them in some meaningful way. Like that just seems like a lot to prove.
Another officer in a gray coat removes Preddy's handgun from his waistband directly in front of the officer.
While this other guy's beating the fuck out of him, dude. That's insane. Beating somebody in the face with a goddamn
in the green shirt here.
Mace.
Though it's unclear.
All right, so we get the draw, right? This agent pulls the gun. this agent draws.
If he sees it, he pushes the officer in the gray coat to the side,
pushes him away,
drawing his gun and pointing it at Preddy, who is down on his knees, bent forward. 1 second later, we hear the first gunshot. The officer in the green shirt's gun.
So there's already been a gunshot go off. Okay. This is that they still haven't got the image. I'll show you where it is, where they're claiming that he had a gun in his hand.
Now becomes visible again. We see him fire the second, third, and fourth.
Right there is where they're trying to say, "Oh, he had a gun in his hand. Look, I can freeze it." It looks like it might have been his phone or something in his hand. Definitely not a gun. But this is where they're freezing it from after he's already been shot 3 fucking times.
Shots. We can see the officer in the tan beanie raise his gun, and a 5th shot is heard.
And then this officer starts shooting.
The officer's gun is pointed to the ground. There's a 1 second pause.
All right, so this guy has his gun down and like low ready, right? So this officer, who we're calling Tan Beanie, is now unloads.
Where Preddy is lying on the ground, face up.
So he's lying there, face up, a full second with no gunshots. And he's lying there face up on the street. And this second officer decides to start shooting.
He appears to be completely incapacitated. Then the officer in the green shirt points his gun again. Shots 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all fired while Preddy is lying face up on the street. This officer fired at least 4 of those 5 shots. You can see the recoil and bullet casings eject. The other officers have all backed away.
I don't know this. Just dumping this shit into him while he's fucking laying there. This seems crazy.
It's a pretty damning analysis. And I should note, what we're here for.
Wild. Wow, that's from CNN. That's actually really good work. I'm sure somebody else could have done it, went through, but no one had, as far as I can tell. That wasn't bad. It's disgusting. Like, if you don't think there's a training issue there, holy fuck. And then, like I said, when I was in Connor's stream, the guy's like, well, people get shot over cell phones all the time. Yeah, that's a bad shoot, dude. It's a bad shoot. That's what we call that. When people get shot with cell phones, it's a bad fucking shoot. Actually, I've got a video. Hold on. I didn't share the link, but I can grab it quickly. I've got some videos that are blowing up that are just text-based videos on TikTok. That's what all the notifications are. People arguing in the fucking chat. Scotty Fitness is also getting canceled, of course. He made a video that said, fuck us, so they come out of the woodwork to cancel him. Because somebody was talking shit to him. He talked shit back about them being paralyzed. He's already made an apology video and shit now, though. All right, let me see. Where's this military video? Oh, shit. Did I watch it on my... hold on, I might have watched it on the computer and it won't be here. It was a Marine. This is it. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single fuck about it's the right. So let me finish the Scotty K Fitness. Scotty Fitness, who's a fitness influencer, has always been like this inspirational guy, like keep going, don't end yourself, don't kill yourself, blah, 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 stuff like that, and kind of influence and fitness and healthy meals and shit. Well, he made a video a while back about how I shouldn't be doing this. Like, criminals are fine. They're just rounding up like fucking people that have been here their whole life, blah, blah, blah. People are scared. People are hiding. This is bad. They tried to cancel him then. Since then, he's had a bunch of people from the right coming over and just flooding his pages. And one guy made this pretty homophobic remark about his mustache and how gay he was and blah, 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 and pronouns and something else. And so he come back and said, well, you know, pronouns are important. You have them too, blah, blah, blah. Also, I see that you're super into motocross and you have suffered a spinal cord injury that paralyzed you or whatever. Wonder how that happened. And that was enough. The Riot's canceling him. And a bunch of people are jumping on the bandwagon too. But it's not good. But I like Scotty Fitness. Fuck him. Maybe he's cancel proof. I share. Copy link. All right, here we go. My ADHD's kicking in. All right. This is from the viewpoint of a Marine. I thought it was put together well.
I'm a U.S. Marine, and one thing we're taught from day one is to respect the position of commander.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say is I don't give a fuck about the kicking video. The kicking, I don't care. People are saying it's AI. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it's real, right? I don't give a fuck about it. If I was over in Iraq, which most people would argue have much more strict rules of engagement, or much more lenient rules of engagement compared to being a federal agent here, and someone punched me in the fucking face, and 11 days later, I seek them out to kill them, like, I'm going to fucking prison for life. Like, get the fuck out. I don't care.
I'm a U.S. Marine, and one thing we're taught from day one is to respect the position of commander-in-chief, whether you voted for them or not. That's part of duty. But listen to me carefully. I did not swear an oath to a political party. I swore an oath to the Constitution, and I swore to protect the American people. And what we're seeing right now, that doesn't feel like protection. That feels like fear, okay? I believe in immigration enforcement, and this country has laws and borders. I get it. But enforcement and intimidation are not the same thing. Law and order should never look like open aggression against communities. Now, when tactics start violating civil rights, when innocent civilians are getting hurt and killed, when families are afraid to go to work, school, or church, that's not strength, okay? That's not leadership. That's not what we fought for. That's not what I signed up.
It's intimidation. It's fear. And I think that's the point. They're having to back off of it now, but they were gleeful about it in the beginning.
All right, the president holds the most honored position in this country. That role is meant to lead the nation, not intimidate it, to protect rights, not push the limits of his power. Now, we can secure our borders and uphold the Constitution, and we can enforce law without creating fear in the very country that we swore to defend, because America is strongest when freedom is protected.
You're not finding anybody making these. So the rights arguments, like, I guess you just want rapists and murderers, and you want Lake and Riley to be raped into eternity or some stupid shit, right? No. But we've got roofers being held at gunpoint until the fucking fire department shows up. Then we found out they've been here for 30 years. Not to mention, you say it's fine if you come here the right way. We have Trump canceling the laws that people that came here the right way are here under and making them illegal. My nephew is real big at the local university, and he's on like the Chamber of Commerce panel and blah, 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 or whatever. And he was at a citizenship ceremony at East Tennessee State University, and they were pulling people out of the fucking line. Literally, if they would have got there 10 minutes later, those people would have been U.S. citizens. There's nothing they could do. They were pulling people out of the line to swear in. Like, that's fucked.
Protected, not when power goes unchecked. I saw the video footage of Preddy being murdered in Minneapolis, and I saw DHS spreading lies about who he was and what he did. That footage was very clear that he did.
When can this so much? When can we go back to an administration that just says, it's a tragic event. I hope everybody's doing well, or blah, 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 whatever. We're just going to let the investigation play out. Not these terrorists show up to kill our heroes in the streets while they're out here building snowman with homeless orphans. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nothing wrong, all right? Certainly nothing that made him deserve to get shot 7 times. Nothing about that incident was okay. And clearly the ICE agents are not trained very well at all. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments, and like, share, save, simplify. I'm a U.S. Marine.
There's another video that this leads to about the training. Hold on. Former CBP. Here we go. This is the ex-CBP chief saying basically they're not trained in any of this. They're not trained in anything about protests or urban warfare, blah, blah, blah. Like, Here we go.
About what happened before that interaction. What should have agents done in that case, in those circumstances?
Yeah, if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have them coming out ahead before anybody even, most people have even seen the footage because they're at work or school or whatever, and saying they're terrorists. They came here with a gun to have mass casualties. They were targeting police officers. Stephen Miller calls him a fucking assassin, a would-be police assassin, not to mention the memes. Like literally, a news agency reached out to DHS about them, the woman that they claim organized the protest at the church. She was arrested, and they used a doctored image of her as if she was like crying, right? It had a filter on her face to make her look like she was crying, and her mouth was open and shit. CNN, I think it was, reached out to DHS about them using altered images of people being arrested for their social media profile. They linked CNN to a tweet as their official response. They linked CNN to a tweet that said, "The arrests won't stop, the memes won't stop." An official branch of the fucking government. Like, I understand people troll, people make memes and jokes. We laugh at them all the fucking time. Should DHS be doing it? Should DHS be making fucking AI-generated memes?
Well, I think what they don't do and what they should be doing is that when they're confronted with somebody who is attempting to interfere or attempting to obstruct, they should tell that person, "We're arresting you."
Also, that's not even bringing into the factor that Jonathan Ross may not have been involved in the shooting if DHS weren't pushing those agents to take footage for social media. Literally, when he's recording, it's probably because those agents were instructed by command to get footage with their cell phones to use on social media.
This use of chemical munitions, just bringing out pepper spray, etc., just makes little sense. Police officers deal with these things all the time.
Sure, Dillingham. Maybe even argue that you could have tainted the jury pool, right? You put her in a situation that is obviously not her. You misrepresented her to the fucking world. Now, how do you expect to have a fucking legitimate case against her?
Tell that person, "We're arresting you." This use of chemical munitions, just bringing out pepper spray, etc., just makes little sense. Police officers deal with these things all the time, and
I don't think they're trained in any of this, right? I don't think they're trained in the fucking CS grenades or the fucking launchers. I don't think they have crowd control, de-escalation, I don't think they have any training.
Make a physical arrest, and that actually then deters some other people from getting involved or obstructing. But remember, this is a group of people, the Border Patrol in particular, who are completely untrained and unskilled for policing an urban environment.
You mentioned the training that these federal agents have before they go. And I want to point out a slight distinction here. When we talked about the shooting and killing of...
They're trying to make them tactical, right? And that's not their thing. Even before this big push from Trump, if they had some type of tactical arrest of like a fucking narco-terrorist or some shit, they took the goddamn FBI or somebody with them, right? They're just there to actually do the arrest on someone who's got a final order of deportation.
Of Renee Good, that was by an ICE agent. This was, looks like it was a Border Patrol agent in the shooting and killing
CBP.
of Alex Preddy. From what you know, are they trained to work in these kinds of environments, crowd control, urban policing?
Not at all. Commander Bovino from the Border Patrol talked about how they have offices in some different cities, like Buffalo. I was the police commissioner in Buffalo for 5 years. I never saw a Border Patrol agent in the city. So they don't have that kind of experience and background and training to work in an environment that can actually become a bit hostile.
Hey, AI is getting so, don't feel bad. AI is getting so good. There's even like AI experts that are having to run it through fucking programs that tell them if it's AI or not.
Police officers know how to handle those things.
And it's only going to get better.
It's very obvious that ICE and the Border Patrol do not.
Very obvious. They're not trained in that. not trained in urban combat or riot control or protest, any of it. De-escalation especially. Every time we get a clip of them, every stream we watch, it's escalation. It's escalation. Oh, there's another video. What would I search for that? Give me a second. I'll probably get copyright for this, but we've made enough donations tonight, huh?
Wants you to believe that these protesters...
I think I got like $40 in donations. I could take the copyright hit.
The administration wants you to believe that these protesters are the ones out of line here because ICE agents are just a group of well-trained, methodical police officers carrying out their duties, taking out the worst of the worst. But in reality, this is what Minnesotans are seeing.
The Trump administration has only doubled or tripled down on these.
Have you seen them throwing baloney at cars?
Leading to more instances of racial profiling.
The ICE agents asked to see the IDs of the 3 non-white employees and didn't even bother to ask the white employee for the identification.
Stops at highway exits where people are being pulled out of their cars and asked to show identification.
An American citizen named Christian Molina was driving down.
I'm old enough to remember when people who claim to be MAGA now and support all this, that states like Arizona were trying to implement stop and ID laws, and they're like, no. You can't just stop and ID someone because they're brown, because what happens when you turn that on us? But God, that was fucking 10 years ago. So much has changed.
The road when ICE knocked on his door and asked for him to show him his identification.
Agents arresting 2 workers outside a Minnesota Target. A state lawmaker says they're both.
This guy, dude, we never did watch this video, did we? That's the guy they dragged from Target. He's screaming, I'm an American citizen. They drop him off 1.5 miles away at Walmart, and he's fucking crying, claiming he's a 17-year-old kid, crying, saying they slammed him on the fucking asphalt. He needs a phone to call his mom.
U.S. citizens.
I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
ICE agents demanding that an Uber driver show them ID.
I'm working, dude. You were from this country. What do you mean if I'm from this country?
I can hear you don't have the same accent as me. That's why I'm
so you're going by accents now?
I want to know
what it is?
Where were you born?
This is outrageous. Are you seriously trying to question a person's citizenship because they have an accent?
Yes.
Minnesota? Where people sound like this?
So where are you girls from? Chaska, Le Sueur, but I went to high school in White Bear Lake. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Speak American, come on.
I get it. Being from Alberta, Canada, born and raised, I have a thick accent. I've been trying to get rid of it. I don't know if you guys can even still tell, but I know it's there.
You're wondering just how off-target ICE is getting in their supposed focus on illegal immigrants? The answer is very.
Tribal leaders confirmed that 4 Native American men have been detained by ICE in Minneapolis.
Native Americans.
Alberta, that's right.
Is right in the name. Sir, how long have you lived here? Oh, I don't know. Since Pangea? Look, let's not beat around the bush here. What the government is doing right now in Minnesota is blatantly un-American. But the response to it is as American as can be.
Here we go.
So not only protesting, they're also looking out for their neighbors.
Volunteers delivering groceries to immigrant families.
All around the Twin Cities, you hear these ear-piercing whistles. Activists blow the whistles when they see agents to alert the anti-ICE network.
Agents drive in and out all day, greeted by protesters with profanity and occasional slices of bologna thrown at their vehicles.
Hey, listen, I'm going to teach you something real good. I know this lady just threw bologna excellent, and she said, oh, man, I'm on fire. That's very funny. I'm going to teach you something I learned fucking around in the Army. Do you guys know what an LRAD is? Long-range acoustic device. It's basically like a speaker that they fucking blast at you. We had one, okay? And a lot of downtime in Kuwait. And I figured out with an LRAD, if you can get something that is like a semi-cylinder shape, we were using a riot shield, a police riot shield, but not the way you would use a riot shield, the other way, to where the dip comes into you and the side face, like a riot shield backwards. If you get a riot shield, maybe even like something like a trash can lid, if you can get something like a riot shield up against an LRAD, you can make them stop using an LRAD 100%. You can make it 100 times worse on the operator, and you won't even feel shit. Not a damn thing. You can send it. You can aim that motherfucker. I'm telling you, we did it for hours once we figured it out. You can take a riot shield or something in that shape, like a half-cylinder shape, and you can send it right back at them, 100%, to the point where we had people like fall down to their knees. They couldn't take it anymore. And you're just standing there holding the riot shield looking like an idiot. You can't even fucking hear the shit.
Agents drive in and out.
I'll risk my everything on that. It works.
Out all day, greeted by protesters with profanity and occasional slices of bologna thrown at their vehicles.
Bologna. Wow. She says, man, I'm on fire.
I mean, that is solid aim. I think the Vikings have finally found their quarterback. I mean, that's right. The protesters are fighting back, and their weapons are launchable. Sorry, I read that wrong. Lunchable. Their weapons are Lunchables.
Lunchables.
This is not only rude to ICE, it is disrespectful to the dog who gave his life to become that bologna. A lot of bologna fans here, I'd say. Read the ingredients, folks. In fact, the downside is you did just give those guys free lunch because you know those ICE agents aren't letting a perfectly good slice of car door bologna go to waste. But the people of Minnesota, they gotta be careful. As we've seen, some of these ICE agents are poorly trained and hot-tempered. If you're going to confront them, you have to do it with courage, conviction, and the finest, most luxurious outerwear you can afford.
A bunch of bitches if I've ever seen it.
Damn!
I'm telling you to your face. And if you don't like it,
man's a fucking PIMP.
you.
I don't know what you heard about this guy.
Can this guy be my dad? I mean,
oh yeah, to direct the music back with your phone. Yeah, people used to take cups, like you take like if this is a cup and cut a slot in it and put your phone in there and it directs all the sound back to you. It actually works directionally, right?
I mean, goddamn! I can't believe this dude is from Minnesota and not from a Quentin Tarantino movie. The depravity of the police state is
no problem.
Appreciate it. Time traveling from a boxing match in the 1970s.
I wanted to see. There's a video of
to make the reporting deserves.
We're just trying to.
Oh, this is it. There's these women get after this right-wing podcaster. Check this out.
Match in the 1970s just to call out their bullshit. Now, the protesters aren't just confronting ICE. Right-wing media has been on the ground in Minneapolis trying to make the case that the situation is justified, and the residents are giving those right-wing outlets the
I love this trolling right here.
Deserves.
We're just trying to have an intelligent conversation.
I'm a big and tall man.
I don't act this way.
I don't act this way. For those of you watching at home, I do not think I'm a big and tall man. He has to defend himself. This is amazing.
Big and tall man.
You want to engage in intelligent conversation? Taxpayers should be funding housing for illegals and medical care.
Smart man.
Get him. The absolute best way that you control this guy. You know it hurt his feelings, right?
I get the feeling that she did.
By the way, thank you guys for all joining us. I know there's a bunch of new people here. Thank you. Or not my regular audience here. Thank you guys.
Actually think he was smart. But see, that is how you turn your weaknesses into strengths. You know, she brings that energy to her daughter's high school graduation party that she'd be cool at. That's a nightmare. She brings it to a fascist takeover. Let this lady cook. Now,
she does do a really good job.
Not all the
I'm a big man. I'm the biggest man.
Protesters are talking to the media in such a ridiculous way. Some of them are offering very serious, impassioned arguments while dressed in a ridiculous way.
Why are you out here today, Pickle Rick?
I'm out here tonight because they are terrorizing Minnesota. He's
doing the voice.
My friends, neighbors, and my clients.
Hold on. Your clients? I didn't realize it was Pickle Rick Esquire over here. That explains the billboards I keep seeing on the highway. Bottom line, what's happening in Minnesota is dark, but the
also, it is cold out now, so stay warm, protect yourself. Hypothermia sets in quick, especially if you get wet, and look out for your friends. This could happen to the best of us.
God, it is cold outside.
God, what are you wearing?
What is that outfit?
Why are you wearing
a tactical vest? That's a specific.
I have the layer.
It's cold out.
You're concealing your identity.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
If you felt the wind chill out there, okay, I'm very susceptible to chapped lips. You gotta cover up.
You look like ice.
Yes, it is icy outside. I was warning people. I said, look out, there's ice. There's ice everywhere.
You can't look like an ICE agent.
Those guys?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, I see it. Oh, shit. I had no idea. This is not on purpose. this is
Take
not
it
good.
off.
This is not.
Take it off.
You don't understand. Okay, I went to a bodega and I said to the guy, "Show me your papers." I meant the sports section of the newspaper.
What did you do?
He just ran, dude. He just took off. You were yelling, "F*** ice, get out of your ice." I was like, just throw some salt down. It's not a big of a deal.
Well, I guess I can never wear this ever again.
Dude,
what is that?
This is my alma mater, okay? Iowa College of Economics. Go Blackhawks. That's our chant. Go Blackhawks.
No.
Get them out of here. God, it is cold.
That's a good skit, dude. That is well, but that's a good skit. Oh, nailed it. Damn. Tom Tillis coming in clutch here on Christy Nome.
So look, we're about to map out the
GOP Senator Tom Tillis on Christy Nome, failing at everything.
I don't have any confidence. Look, we're about to map out the something I've tried to work
See, games are for kids.
diplomatically on, but
Thanks for joining us.
Complete failure on a disaster response. There's no comparison between his homeland security in President Trump's first term and this one. They're asleep at the switch. They're pushing paper and doing doge. And causing people not to get badly needed resources down there. She clearly doesn't know how to manage. She's never managed a large organization, and she's failing at every possible measure of the.
You can tell that the polls are bad, right? Or they wouldn't be flipping, right? If Trump was still securing the votes for them, they'd be like, look, that's something we might need to look into, but we're doing.
Job.
And it seems like Stephen Miller's not going anywhere either.
Well, again, I'll leave it up to the president. But Stephen Miller was the one who got out in front on Greenland. It's not working the way he said it was. He got out in front and told the president before he'd even taken the time to understand the incident that happened in Minneapolis that a terrorist had been killed and was brandishing a weapon. It's like,
thanks, Fellrunner.
Amateurs in the strictest sense of the word.
I got to leave by midnight. Yeah, we got snow coming in. Thanks for joining us, though.
I've tried to work diplomatically on, but she's a complete failure on a disaster.
Disaster response. Failing at everything. Amateur hour, he says. Amateur hour. Jesus Christ. All right. Have you guys seen? So there's more files out now, and I guess we're going to go with that. There's more Epstein files out. They're not good. In fact, they're pretty bad. Okay. This looks like a bunch of claims that they put together in one document. It says, please see below criminal history and deposition. I'm reaching out to get clarification on the response, blacked out. They are pretty bad. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on the President Trump for approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Response. Spoke with a caller who identified blank as friend. Lead was sent to Washington office to conduct interview. Criminal history. Results matching name and date of birth for criminal history in South Carolina. Date of arrest 6/18/1987 for assault and battery, high and aggravated nature. Complaint. At the age of 16, while modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, caller reported that she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured caller and her friends upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin raped her best friend and a third brother, Ty. Raped a 14-year-old girl named Katie, LNU. Caller named other individuals involved in the big orgy parties with her, other young girls, and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Everything that's highlighted has Trump in it. And this is the way it was released, with the highlights. Online complaint reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at Trump Golf Course in Rancho Palo Verde, California. Between 1995 and 1996, complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and the broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies that some of the girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, he would end up as fertilizer for the back of the 9 holes like those other cunts. Complainant claims to have video of high-profile sex parties, dealings with cartels, and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at the party. Complainant was spoken to and deemed not credible. Additional research showed 3 separate incidents involving police which requested in mandatory psychiatric evaluations, possible order of protection matching the name and date of birth. That's page 1. Page 2. Complainant reporting his ex-girlfriend's daughters were victims of the Epsteins, and one was murdered while working as a limousine driver. Complainant recalled picking up Donald Trump in 1995 to take him to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things Trump spoke about. By the way, they had to assign somebody to search for Trump's name. That's the only way we get everything highlighted with just Trump. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things Trump spoke about on his cell phone were very concerning, describing being a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. Complainant noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of the complainant's ex-girlfriend's daughters told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. Voicemail left, no response. Caller is talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She references Lisa Marie Presley and British royal family, President Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein. No contact made, lives in Australia, called Sydney hotline, not NTOC. No date of birth. Complainant following up after call with NYPD officers regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported there were high-profile individuals involved in her sex trafficking and the murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform sex acts with him and alleged Trump was president when her uncle murdered her newborn child. No contact made, none. That's the Sasha Riley case or whatever. Caller was taken by boat to Epstein's Island. Caller said it was complicated and involved Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Caller became a school counselor and had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and police officers where the caller was informed there were pictures of herself. No contact made. Previous tips indicated Thomas had called in and said she had chemically induced amnesia and struggled with knowing what was a dream and reality. No further action taken. We're going to read them all. Oh, this must be a continuation of that last one. Pictures of herself with Epstein. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI has baby pictures of her with Epstein. That's the end of that one. Next, caller reported that in 1987, a friend, Victim 1, was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave Victim 1 a drink, and Victim 1 woke up naked and sore with $300 on the bed. Victim 1 didn't remember how she got to the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim 1 did not go to the hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1's husband's business had problems with suppliers, and Victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 also started dating a lawyer, identifiers unknown, who was married. Victim 1 had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to a bar. Victim 1 left a bar with the man who no one in the bar recognized but seemed familiar with Victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what Victim 1 was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests at the time were inconclusive. No contact made. Victim identified as deceased, and complainant did not have confirmed information. Possible order of protection matching the name and date of birth. Results matching name, date of birth, criminal history in New Jersey. Couple of arrests, it looks like. Shoplifting, violate domestic violence, harassment, and shoplifting. In 2004-2005, Sir Ivan Wilczek hosted a party where Jeffrey Epstein, Sammy Sosa, and Donald Trump were in attendance. Patti LaBelle's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, the caller met an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age, who was brought from Oklahoma for a modeling job, but then sold to a man in France. Several women were being auctioned, and a woman possibly known as Colette's, LNU, was the madam. A couple years later, caller saw Colette's at the Cheetah Club in New York, and she told one of the Santos friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with her and that he could pay her a lot of money. Phone number provided was bad, could not identify a valid number. Hold on just a second. LNU is just last name unknown. Somebody asked. Next, Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. This is a big one. Called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral sex to Donald J. Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald J. Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. No contact information provided. I think this might continue. Hold on. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit... oh, that's the same one. Did I read it again? Bit President Trump. President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think I've started with this one. Complainant followed up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform sexual acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported there was a high-profile individuals involved in her sex trafficking and murder. And it is the same one. I've read that one again too, right? Newborn child? Yes. Okay, let's go back to the post then. Is this a new one? No. There's also one of the release. Here's a video of all the text. All right, let's see. There's also a current release of, oh, wait. Alexa, how do I hear something? How do I unhear something? Thank you very much for the donation, $10. I appreciate it. That was from Grassroots Hegemon. Elon Musk in the emails talking about going to Epstein Island. Talking about what days he can be there and being there for the wildest parties in emails. You remember Elon Musk claimed that he was invited to the island several times, always refused, said he was a creep, said he was whatever. Seems like they were setting that shit up for Elon Musk to go there. This is the latest dump, and I believe, hold on, let me make sure. They're still outside a violation of the law. We're going to need a bigger wood chipper. Hell yeah. And I don't give a fuck. Clinton's named in it too. Go get him. If that's true, go fucking get him. Like, go get all of them. I don't give a fuck. Who the fuck is protecting pedophiles besides MAGA? The Save the Kids bunch. I believe they've said that this is the last. They are not going to be releasing anything else. Department of Justice released more than 3 million pages of material related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche announced Friday. The files will fulfill the DOJ's obligations under the law that Congress passed to compel the release. Blanche said it includes 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. Today's release marks the end of a very comprehensive document identification and review process to ensure transparency to the American people and compliance with the act, he said. The department has engaged in an unprecedented and extensive effort to do so. But we were under the impression there was like 12 million documents, right? Thank you very much for the multiple donations, by the way. I appreciate that. The tranche comes more than a month after the Trump administration blew past the December 19th statutory deadline for DOJ to make public all the materials in its possession related to Epstein. Also, they have not filed the memo they're supposed to file with every redaction. Every fucking redaction is supposed to have a letter describing who, what, when, and why the redaction was made. Administration officials have maintained it has taken this long to properly vet these documents, though they released some of the files late last year including photos depicting former President Bill Clinton. The former president has not been accused of wrongdoing in connection with Epstein and has called for that files to be released. I take umbrage at the suggestion, which is totally false, that the Attorney General of this department does not take child exploitation or sex trafficking seriously, or that we somehow do not want to protect victims, Blanche said at the news conference, DOJ headquarters Friday, responding to the suggestion that the administration has slow-walked this process. He also suggests the public would continue to be unsatisfied regardless of the millions of pages now available in public. We do not protect President Donald J. Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody, he said. There's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents, and there's nothing I can do about that. Democrats were, in fact, not laudatory of the Friday release. Many of them had believed from the start the administration resisted releasing the Epstein files for months in an effort to shield Donald Trump, who had a longstanding relationship with Epstein for many years, from scrutiny. The DOJ said it identified over 6 million potentially responsive pages, but is releasing only about 3 to 5 million after review and redactions, said Ro Khanna, who teamed up with Thomas Massey to force a vote on the bill that resulted in the Epstein files released in a statement. This raises questions of why the rest are being withheld. Where's the other half of the pages, right? Over 6 million. They released 3 to 5 million. He said he would be reviewing closely to see if the release is what we've been pushing for. The FBI 302 victim interview statements, a draft indictment, and prosecution memorandum prepared in the 2007 Florida investigation, and hundreds of thousands of emails and files from Epstein's computers. It's not immediately clear if the potential materials cited by Khanna have been released as part of the millions of now public as reporters begin to scour their contents. Rep. Garcia of California, the top Democrat on the House Oversight Government Reform Committee that has been conducting its own Epstein investigation, was also suspicious of the DOJ document dump. We're demanding the names of Epstein's co-conspirators and the men and pedophiles who abuse women and girls, he said in a statement. We will begin a thorough review of this latest limited production, but let's be clear, our work and investigation are just beginning. In a sign that the committee does intend to continue its proof, a spokesperson for Oversight Democrats said late Friday that a panel is scheduled to depose Richard Kahn, Epstein's longtime accountant and executor of his estate, on March 11th. But Blanche appeared to throw cold water on Democrats' demands for the DOJ to roll out the remaining files that are being held back. I don't think that the public or you all are going to uncover men within the Epstein files that abuse women, unfortunately. Trump, like Clinton, has not been implicated in wrongdoing, and the president has said he had a falling out with Epstein years ago. In a letter to Congress dated January 30th, Blanche and Attorney General Pam Bondi wrote that more than 500 attorneys and others had been involved in the document review. They also outlined the department's methodology for its process and said about 200,000 pages were redacted or withheld based on various privileges. That's not allowed in the law, by the way. Other materials could be released in the future subject to a court order, the DOJ leaders wrote. After submitting a formal report to Congress required under the Act and publishing the written justification in the Federal Register, the department's obligations under the Act will be completed. After they do that, they haven't done it yet, so they have to have a formal report and all the justifications behind the redactions. Blanche walked through the redactions made to the newly released materials during the Friday morning press conference as well, which have been included in images of any woman other than Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's associates now serving 20 years. By the way, yeah, for some reason, they decided they were going to redact any woman at all, even adult women, in the files, but no men. I understand victims, but just women versus men, that's kind of strange. Epstein's associate now serving 20 years in prison for her part in the scheme. He did, though, caution that mistakes were inevitable and potential victims whose identities were inadvertently revealed could reach out to the department to rectify it. No files have been redacted to protect national security, which was permissible rationale under the terms of the law Congress passed in November to compel the release of the files, Blanche added. He also said lawmakers may coordinate with DOJ to view unredacted materials and that the basis for redactions and the names of government officials, including the files, will be transmitted to Congress. And that's the release. Donald Trump's going to fucking invade somewhere, dude. His name's all, I don't know that they went through all these. I'm sure people were just searching like by keyword. That 3 million documents get fucking dumped, but he's going to invade somewhere. In fact, did you guys already see? Hold on. Let me grab the video. The administration just went against Scottish courts and abducted 2 people there. They are not very happy about it. They weren't citizens, but still, they were supposed to be there, and the courts were withholding us from taking them, and we just said, fuck it, we're taking them anyways.
People have been abducted from Scotland in the middle of the night by the US military, despite our highest court ordering that they be kept here under our jurisdiction. The First Minister has spent months trying to charm Donald Trump. This strategy has failed. He's not our ally. He is a fascist.
So the courts ruled that those people needed to be held there. And the family came to the Scottish government and said, hey, we feel like these people are going to be abducted. And boom, they were.
Sovereignty has been violated. Our courts have been defied. Any foreign military.
I think the captain of this ship was Georgian, like from the country of Georgia, and a Russian. Was it Georgian and Russian? I can't remember. But it was from the Russian flagged oil tanker that they had been chasing around. They seized it just south of Iceland back early January on suspicion of violating oil sanctions. And the captain and first mate were basically being held there by the court and going through a process, but not indefinitely, but going through a process with a local court, and had ruled to stay there, and that the U.S. could have them afterwards. And the U.S. just went in and snatched them up in the middle of the night.
Has abducted 2 people from our territory. The Scottish and UK governments need to respond to this. The US military uses Prestwick Airport as a de facto base. That airport is owned by the Scottish government. Will the First Minister show Trump that his piracy has consequences? Will he evict all American troops from Prestwick Airport immediately?
By the way, if this was legit, like the administration is claiming, like it was just an arrest, we would have told them, right? We didn't tell them until after we took them both.
First Minister.
President Officer, I understand the strength of feeling on this issue, and that's why I've come to Parliament to give this statement, because it is so important that I'm clear with Parliament and with the public that in every respect the proper application of the legal processes of Scotland have been applied in this case. And what the Scottish Government cannot do, what the Lord Advocate cannot do, is cannot exercise powers we do not have. So I made a point in my statement that at no stage did we have the legal basis to board that vessel. And that limits what the Scottish Government can do, but what it indicates, and what we have indicated, is that where individuals have to, there's to be any question of interaction with the legal process, those individuals have to be able to exercise their rights in the Scottish jurisdiction, which of course, as Mr Greer knows, will involve ECHR rights as well. So all of these factors, I want to assure Mr Greer that all of these factors and powers have been properly and fully applied by the Lord Advocate. Now, in relation to his points in connection with Prestwick,
if nothing else, it's just disrespectful as fuck, right?
Operates at arm's length from the government. It has particular responsibilities to exercise, and we will consider the issues that are raised by Mr Greer in his question.
2 people.
So it's been leaked. I know people are talking about Iran. It's been leaked that we have warned Israel to get ready for an attack on Iran, which of course we would. If there's going to be an attack, the place to watch is Israeli airfields. Right, they're going to scramble. They're going to scramble aircraft when we go to attack.
To Iran, Donald Trump meaning
I don't know what this
As the
is.
United States moves warships and strike assets closer to Iran, Tehran is sending a defiant message. It will not surrender its nuclear program, its missiles, or its leverage, no matter the pressure. As per Al Monitor, a senior Iranian official says the Islamic Republic will not accept U.S. demands to halt uranium enrichment on Iranian soil or curb its ballistic missile program. Those demands, Washington has made clear, are non-negotiable. Anything less, the White House warns, could trigger American military action.
He keeps telling them the time's running out, like you're on thin ice, you're on this, plus he got all this bad news. And we usually do these things on the weekend so it doesn't affect the market as bad, even though he already crashed gold and silver prices.
President Donald Trump, meanwhile, confirmed that he has given Iran a deadline. Only Tehran knows exactly when it expires. Speaking from the Oval Office, Trump acknowledged...
Iran came out yesterday, or was that earlier today, and said, we're not talking any type of deal until you stop fucking threatening us. But can you blame them?
That a U.S. naval force is already moving into position.
Yes. Are you giving Iran any kind of deadline to make a deal before potentially taking
Only they know for sure.
Have you communicated that to them?
Yeah, I have.
Is your president a timeline for when you're going to pull back potentially the federal presence there?
No, we'll see how it all works out. You know, they have to float someplace. They might as well float near.
Oh, yeah, where they track how many delivery pizzas are coming to the Pentagon.
It's a rough situation going on. So I stopped 837 people, as you know, last week from being hung. They were
Oh, in the Epstein files, there's also a weird email between Melania and Epstein. Or Ghislaine Maxwell.
And I mean, I'm looking at the people behind me. They're saying, what kind of racing's a lot nicer than that. They were going to hang 837 people. And I told them, if you do it, you're going to pay a price like nobody's ever paid before. And they pulled back. I appreciated that. But a lot of people are being killed. So we'll see what happens. I can say this. They do want to make a deal.
Iran says it is open to talks, but not ultimatums. The senior official told...
They're not going to do fucking threats, which I mean, can you blame them? Also, before we get... I've got to go in about 10 minutes, but I want to cover some more topics. So,
Trump's FBI raid of an election...
Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everybody who's joined us. Thank you, Weld QC. Or John.
County, Georgia. It's unlike anything we've ever seen.
This is about the raid in Fulton County, Georgia, and he says he's going to do it to more places.
Trump's FBI raid of an election center in Fulton County, Georgia. It's unlike anything we've ever seen before.
Who handles elections? Does the federal government handle elections? I'm just curious. Who handles elections? The state or the federal government?
Among a lot of other things, this could be a terrifying look into what is to come ahead of the midterms, right? That is what numerous experts are saying right now about the unprecedented actions taken yesterday in a county that was at the center of Trump's false claims about the 2020 election. You know, we touched on this briefly in yesterday's show, but it was breaking as I was recording, so there's a lot we didn't know. But since then, we've learned some more, including a bit of information about the search warrant that the FBI...
One more thing. I just thought of this. Anybody that's telling you that no one carries a spare magazine unless they're trying to kill somebody is a fucking liar. Everybody I know that seriously carries, that seriously trains, that was, you know, former military, former police force, or carries every day for protection, carries a fucking extra magazine. 100%. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever goddamn heard. Okay? But go back.
Which said that the raid was part of a criminal investigation into possible violations of two different federal laws. The first law requires the preservation of election-related materials, and the second criminalizes voter intimidation tactics and makes it illegal to submit or tabulate fraudulent voter registration and ballot information. And specifically...
I used to carry 3 magazines. Like, get the fuck out of here.
FBI to search for all physical ballots from the 2020 general election, all images produced during ballot scanning, all voter rolls from that year, and all tabulator tapes, which is basically a receipt for the vote totals recorded by the voting machines. Right? And so then with all that, you had Mo Ivory, a Democratic commissioner for Fulton County, saying in a post that the FBI's first warrant had an error, but once the error was resolved, FBI agents returned later in the day with a second warrant, and county officials complied. With then agents surrounding the facility with lines and trucks, and they spent hours taking away boxes and boxes of old ballots and other materials. So at least for right now, that's basically all we know for sure. There haven't been any more details about the investigation or even what the exact allegations are. You know, with this, you have many Democratic lawmakers and experts speculating that this is a dramatic escalation of the same baseless bullshit that we've been hearing about for the last 6 years, and yet another example of Trump weaponizing his DOJ to do his personal bidding.
And who the fuck can we trust, right? We're supposed to trust them saying that they've lied about it since the start.
Recounts, multiple investigations, numerous courts, and countless state and local officials have all debunked Trump's claims about the fraud in Georgia. But Trump, of course, has refused to shut up about it, and now that he's in office, he's using his power to revive the case, and he's going after Georgia by throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. I mean, while shocking, this isn't completely unexpected. Back in December, Trump's DOJ sued Fulton County over its refusal to turn over the same 2020 election records that the FBI seized yesterday. And that was a request that officials initially denied because they claimed that the records were sealed and couldn't be produced without a court order. Then, that same month, the Trump DOJ also filed a separate lawsuit against Georgia in an effort to obtain voter rolls containing highly sensitive information like voters' names, birth dates, addresses, driver's licenses, and partial social security numbers. And actually, just last week, you had a judge tossing that case, ruling that it had been filed in the wrong court, though the Trump administration has now since refiled the suit. Again, this isn't the most surprising because last week you had Trump using his speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos, probably one of the biggest possible platforms he could have used to further his election lies, claiming that the 2020 election was rigged and adding,
Will soon be prosecuted for what they did. It's probably breaking news, but it should be. It was a rigged election. You can't have rigged.
All the non-interventionalist people who thought we aren't going to strike while the iron is hot on Iran in one way or another is wild. This is as fragile as Iran has been. Yeah, it's bad. They've already got a lot of problems already inside, and that makes it a weaker target for us to attack. Plus, Trump has always had this vendetta against them. Plus, the Israel pressure. It's a recipe for regime change, basically.
Elections.
But again,
and I think it's crazy. They're like, no new wars. That's a president. No new wars. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And with all that, you have many experts saying that this raid in Fulton County
is in a bad spot.
Unprecedented. Or with experts saying things like, I'm not aware of something like this happening ever before, adding, this just looks like a...
We looked up pictures of Iran in the fucking 50s or whatever, back before, the religious monarchy basically took over. And, man, it was a fucking cool-ass place. I feel bad for those people that have to live under it that don't want to.
Way to use the might of the federal government to further Trump's voter fraud narratives. And again, that's something that's been echoed by many top Georgia officials, including Mo Ivory, who said that she and her colleagues were working on a legal plan to stop Trump's efforts.
An attempt to take your vote away. This is all about November 2026, about the primary.
100%.
The November.
They wouldn't be doing this if they weren't performing so bad in the polls. I just sent Mariah some poll numbers. I'll pull them up in a second.
He does not want the midterm elections to take away his power, so he's trying to create chaos. So this is what he does. Chaos in Minnesota, chaos in Fulton County. We are a target. Protect your vote at all costs. I'm telling you, everybody always says your life depends on it. Oh, your life does depend on it this time.
Also, you had Ivory saying that what we saw in Fulton County yesterday, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. We're saying that Fulton County is actually just the blueprint, and Trump is showing us here what he's capable of and what he is willing to do in other states.
Fulton County is right now the target, the only county right now fighting over an election that already happened, but it is coming to a place near you. This is the beginning of the chaos of 2026 that is about to ensue.
You know, she's definitely not alone here. You also had Georgia Senator John Ossoff issuing a very similar warning.
This is a seismic event. This should have people across the country absolutely shook. This is a huge deal. This is an FBI raid on the Fulton County Elections Office.
So the Republicans that are already starting to flip on him, if they lose control of the House or Senate, they'll 100% be on board to flip on him.
Conspiracy theories about the 2020 election have been based in Georgia from the very start. This is a shot across the bow at the midterm elections.
Yes.
He tried to steal.
There are people saying they're going to have ICE agents there, like they're having them at the fucking World Cup or whatever.
Power when he lost it in 2020. We have to be prepared for all kinds of schemes and shenanigans. We have to be prepared for him to try to deprive people of their voting rights.
And I think it's very important to be 1,000% clear with you about what is happening here. This is just a preview of what is to come. This raid, the lies that he tells to cast doubt on election security, his red state gerrymandering campaign, it is just an appetizer for the main course served
It's going to pick up, and he's going to have all kinds of distractions in foreign countries and this, that, anything to take away from the Epstein files, as well as trying to rig the midterms, basically.
Chef who cooked up a full-blown insurrection the last time we sat around the dinner table. And the only way we can fight it is to do what Ivory said and vote like your life depends on it. And also, I guess in the background, hope that the MAGA Civil War divides Republicans enough that their voters just kind of turn on them. And actually, speaking of the so-called MAGA Civil War, Candace Owens has now leaked even more alleged footage of Erica Kirk.
Oh, shit, I forgot. Was there a second clip? Hold on. Videos. I think we listened to the audio, right? The leaked audio, but there was a separate one, right?
Candace Owens has now released even more alleged leaked footage of Erica Kirk. Right, and this time it's from
I will do the poll before we leave.
TPUSA staff that apparently took place just
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
6 days after Charlie was shot. So you have people now adding this and comparing this to, yesterday we talked about audio that Candace shared where following Charlie's memorial, Erica is boasting about merch sales. She sounds really happy. Those clips, they face a lot of backlash from a number of people. And now with this Zoom call, you have Candace again taking issue with Erica's tone and how often she uses Charlie to encourage people to work harder. So she shares clips like this where Erica gets emotional talking about TPUSA's future.
Turning Point USA will continue. Like my husband always wanted. We're going to work hard because that's what he would want. I will fight like hell to make sure that all of you have a job here. I don't want anyone to think the job.
Her eyes are creepy even in private. Her eyes are fucked, dude.
Because your family, I think Charlie's just. I'm trying not to say that he's obviously celebrating in heaven. Amongst so many things, but he's so proud of all of you. It's just, I feel
always a tissue, never any tears.
So blessed and honored.
And like with the last clip, the reaction to it was sort of a mixed bag, but here you had Candace thinking, one, it's odd to suggest that Charlie would be celebrating after being assassinated, and two, it's also weird to her to hear a widow say that she feels blessed. Right, and that is, you've also had a number of people pointing out this moment where Erica is kind of smiling very big as the Zoom call starts.
There you go. Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, it's just a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom.
Looks like she went for a teeth whitening session before it.
Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you.
I've never seen a person come across as more disingenuous, like fake as fuck. It's like People are saying that she's a fucking Mossad honeypot or whatever. No, she would be better at acting if she was.
As much as it is for our family.
She's got that feel, Pearly Watts.
The videos we've now seen, Erica encourages people not to judge people for how they grieve.
We soft on one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that. I wish I could help all of you. But again, the fact that there's a lot of them in the office today, the fact that a lot of you guys are here in office, that's what he wrote. The mission, he doesn't want you to just be sitting on the couch alone in your room.
So one of Candace's biggest issues with this is that the employees apparently thought this hustle through the tragedy messaging felt kind of cult-like.
They were only given Erica as this symbol of you guys need to work harder, right?
Yeah, that's the one we watched last night about her talking about how much they did in merch sales, how many tickets they sold, the percentages and profit and shit. That's insane.
As though Charlie's wife was being used to convince employees that it is now a mandate handed to them by God to work harder, to sacrifice themselves, to work longer days, because this is their new family.
But with all this, the reactions, I'll say, are a little more split here than with yesterday's clips, right? You have some people, again, thinking that Erica doesn't sound like a grieving widow, though others think that, it's not weird that she's putting on a brave face and that, yes, she smiled, but she was just reacting to her team's.
You wouldn't take a couple weeks away and say, hey, we got a guy that can run that.
Supporting her, right? Arguing that if smiling while grieving is illegal, well, you could also see Candace smiling on camera in the aftermath of Charlie's death as well. And all of this is, you have people saying that when it comes to Candace, it's worth noting that it's to her direct benefit to try to get people to turn on Erica Kirk.
Yeah, that's so fucking cringy, dude. We'll watch it one day when I'm not pressed by the snowstorm. Somebody remind me where we parked.
That it's about audience consolidation and pickup, because the less people on TPUSA's side, the more people would be on hers and vice versa. I mean, you've even had the New York Times previously saying that this is a story about conservatives creating a monster they can't control. And saying having elevated her in large part for her willingness to say outrageous things about her opponents, people on the right are now surprised.
I like when she comes out on those hidden wires and it looks like she's flying and she's got like a leather pantsuit on and like a Roman candle shoved up her asshole. That's what I think grieving looks like. I did the same thing at my mom's funeral. Never trust anyone whose teeth look like they haven't had at least one cigarette in their life. That's true. You always tell by the shades. And it reminds me of that skit with the ICE agents holding up the card to see what color you are, but like a teeth fucking white to yellow or white to brown, I guess, or missing for meth. Thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate
by her willingness to say outrageous things about them.
Damn. Yeah, there's a skit where ICE agents holding up it's almost like you get paint sample palette or whatever, but they're trying to compare your skin complexion to see if they need to arrest you or not. But hold up one for somebody's fucking teeth. Here's this poll came out today. Well, yesterday, the 29th. We're in the 31st. I started the show on the 30th. The 29th. Half of Americans say Trump's actions have been worse than they expected. Percent who approve or disapprove of the way Donald Trump is handling his job as president. 61% disapproval. 61% disapprove of the way Donald Trump is handling his job as president. Paint swatch, thank you. Percent who say Trump's administration actions since taking office have been worse than expected, 50%. Percent who support few or none of Donald Trump's policies and plans, 52%. From January 20th to January 26th of 2026. It's bad. Trump knows they're on fire. Trump knows it's a sinking ship. He's got to flip something around or cause a big enough distraction to where people are just trying to not end up in World War III, so they're like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Hell, fucking wars a lot of times win re-elections and midterms. You know what I mean? When we're in the middle of something, you're like, oh, they're in the middle of it. They better just push it on through kind of deal. I don't see him trying something as stupid as like stopping the election, but I do see them interfering with the election. Hell, Elon Musk, during the presidential election, was giving away $1 million to people who voted for Donald Trump. Like, what the fuck? How much worse can you get? Anyways, we got a winter storm warning, guys. It is after midnight here. I've got to quit. I promised Mariah I would so I could make it home. We got a few inches of snow, plus it's still coming down. So I got to get home. Thank you all for joining us. All the people that hopped in, new people, people over on YouTube. Thank you to Gen X for bringing people over here. The donations from everybody. It's been great tonight. Help me pay the electric bill, running these electric heaters in here. Thank you all very much. I'll be back. I'm usually here every night. We'll see. Tomorrow's supposed to be really cold and maybe more snow. But I'm usually here 7 nights a week if you want somewhere to hang out late at night. I need to start about 9, but I haven't been hitting that mark. I've been starting closer to 10 here lately, but I'll be around. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bard. This is Cobra Confessional. Support the show if you want to. If you do, please, you can use this link and leave a message. I like to thank people. It's not past me that you guys help pay for the studio and the office, and that's the only way I could do this show. I'm a disabled veteran, so thank you for the donations. That's how I keep the show going. And if you want to donate, please leave a message or in your name or something to where I can say thank you to so-and-so. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'll see you about the next one. Have a good night. Love to see you. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet.
Bye, Bort. Bye, Bort.
Exactly who they are, and the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit.
But hurt Bort.
It's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage.
The power of Christ compels you to give little Bert a little kiss.
There we go, Bort.
Piss him off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus.
It's Morphin' time. Tiger Sword.
All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest.
I think I'll be fine making it home, but if it starts dumping snow right now, it'd be pretty tough, but I think I'm fine. A couple inches. I got a front-wheel drive car. So.
What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers, cause you told him if he did, he...
Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight.
Here we go, I think
Thanks for bringing them, Jen. I appreciate it.
Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set.
I hardly ever get donations through YouTube. I appreciate the hell out of that.
I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up.
That's the way I pump up Mariah every night. You can handle a couple inches. What's 5 minutes of the rest of your life? Jesus Christ.
Some of us meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I blew through the...
Not like I'm studding you out at the farm.
Strapped to an F-16, high on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of base.
That's right. Thank you for being sane. Normal.
On the shoulder and said, this is gonna be it.
Good night, guys.
Wait, stop.
Oh, Ollie's birthday's coming up on the 1st, so yeah, we'll be celebrating that this weekend, I think.
Come on.
Have a good night.
This is my mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss him off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go. I think I started some
10.
Piss him off.
My youngest son is